Okay, two different things. Please make sure today is going to be start of the review. All right, now I'm not going to go over a lot of the review with you guys. It's for you. If you have not done the quiz corrections, hand those in. Okay, on this review. So if you guys have your computers, please open them up. If you don't have it and you need to charge it, please do get a charger. If, ladies and gentlemen, for some reason you have decided to brain fart at all and not get in at all, okay, then let me know on that. Now, we have outlets all over the place if you need to borrow one, but here's what you guys got to understand, okay? With this review, yeah, it's on Alex. With this review, I've made a couple of changes or modifications to the way I'm going to do this and approach this topic. Let me go in here and launch this out and do my student portal, and we'll talk about it. Class admin. What was that? Was that a sneeze?
Yes.
Bless you. I was kind of freaked out by that real quick. All right, so a couple things with this student view. So let's talk real quick about this. I'm working on my senior grades. TA put in the grades. Now, I just want to let you guys know, we've already she ran through, and I don't know how far she got. But I'll make sure to get it in soon. The reality of your grades, I'm putting in the homework grade as it stands right now. Can it change because everything's still open until the 10th? Yes. Okay, but whatever you're at right now for all of them, 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, and 6, putting all those grades in. So if it's a 0, okay, because you say, I'm going to wait till the weekend. Fine, wait till the weekend. However, no, it's going in as a big fat 0 right now. Okay, make sense? All right, so you can change it. That grade will change. I'll go back and change them. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get them in because there is a slight disconnect where I've had a couple of parents say, well, I never know when something's due until it's too late, or it's never missing until it's too late. I will try to do a better job of informing your guardians or parents that, hey, your student is lazy. Or, excuse me, let me rephrase that. Your student is lazy. All right, so, they are planning on doing it at Sunday at 8 o'clock at night. All right, instead of before we take a quiz, like when we have a quiz on Friday, you don't do the homework until the day after, 2 days after the quiz, which makes perfect sense to me, right? Please do me a favor, guys. Read the instructions when you're building stuff, because some of you in here are going to build some stuff, and I want to see pictures of it later because you're not going to read the instructions, and it's going to be wobbly, and the first time you put something on it, it's going to collapse, and I will laugh, okay? All right. Next, this review, I'm putting it in the grade book. So this is the first review we've done. One of your guys' lowest categories is quizzes. All right, the quiz we had before 4.1, the one we had in the middle was really bad. Okay, and when you did the quiz on that, thanks, big man. When you did the quiz on that, the problem was, we had to give, you guys get so bad, remember I gave you that 20 points of extra credit where I asked you to do the homework the next day on slope. This last one we're doing quiz corrections because it was so bad. So I figured let's try to raise this quiz grade up some more. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting in this review as a quiz grade. So if you choose not to do it, then that's a 0. However, if you choose to do it and you can do it over and over because it's technically homework, put that in quotation marks, it's the same style. Whatever you get on it, that's what you get. So it's an opportunity for some of you to actually get 100% on a quiz. Naturally, not like Mia. Okay, so please be fully aware, okay, but Mia didn't score 100. She got a 2. All right, since this is being recorded. All right, so as we go through, understand when you guys are doing these styles, okay, you guys understand what I'm saying. Do this work, right? Hopefully you guys aren't like this, like my test student here, where you open it up and you got all this crap that you have to do still. Now, some of you might be that way. If you are, then I apologize that you have a lot to do. Okay, now, if you are not like that, and you've been a superstar, and you have all of this done, congratulations. 14, 12, 9, 10, 9. Not that hard. Okay, if I give you evens in the books, this would be 30, 25, I'm pretty sure 30, 35, because you'd be shocked how many questions they ask in that book. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is, when you're going through this review, okay, remember, I already copied this over and made the test. It looks just like this. If you don't know how to do these questions, let me know. Okay, so 17, I've already answered on this. Remember, when you do these things, if you want to practice, I want you to hit try another, okay? 15 might be more difficult for some of you. This is the one where we talked about best line of fit. Now, I have to look at this individually because I had a student do this earlier, and the answer for residual dollars was 2. And she put a 2 in there, and it marked it wrong because it was supposed to be 2.00. I'm like, really? That's what we're doing here? Alex? Yes, that's what it's doing. So I would go through and I would fix that individually. So unfortunately for me, I've always got to keep an eye on. So when I'm going through the test and even the review, I will check number 15 on everybody's test to make sure it's good to go. Yes, ma'am.
Is the test, the chapter 4 test, next week on August?
Yes. Okay, so remember, and guess what it looks like? Yeah. Looks just like this review right here.
Quiz review, same thing.
Yep. No, it is. The first 10 questions are exactly the same as the quiz. I mean, I'm not trying to be lazy or reinvent the wheel. What I'm trying to make sure you guys is, let me look. Number 10 is, I think that's the exact same question that was on the quiz. That you guys kept missing the slope part. So here's what it's not I'm being lazy. It offers an opportunity for you guys to see the same things repeatedly. Okay, so you understand exactly what's on there. Yes, sir.
Isn't 2 and 2.00?
Yes, which is why it makes me mad when it gets it wrong. Yes, sir.
Would you say the review is for the grade?
Yes, the review is going in as a what type of grade, Declan? No, quiz. Now it's set up like homework where you can do it over and over and over until you get it. If you get it wrong, do it again. Yes.
What are we doing today?
Work on the review on Alex. Do you have a computer?
Yeah. I started last night.
You did?
Yeah.
All right, so where is it?
It's in my bag.
So why don't you get it out? Thank you, Logan. As always, you're a bright star that's fading fast. Yes,
Are we allowed to use our notes on the review?
great question. What are you allowed to review? I don't care.
Oh.
But off Mia's point, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a little tiny suggestion. Okay? I don't care if this is broadcast over the interweb because I've already told it many times in my class. I was not necessarily the greatest student like you guys. My freshman year, because I remember this like it was yesterday, which is weird, because I hated the class. English, I was never any good at English. Okay? You guys are allowed to use this on the test, right? That's why we did this. Now, if you want to use your notes as you're going through this review, that's fine. But whatever is on those notes, you better annotate on here if you're missing something. Okay? Like, for example, I mentioned when I was a freshman, I couldn't do English, and and I was in honors, which I don't know why. And the school I went to, the lady gave us vocabulary words like 20, 30 a week. And I'm not good at memorizing things. I never have been, okay? And so I actually learned how to write very small. And I could write 40 vocabulary words, and this is not an exaggeration because I proved it to my students a couple years ago. 40 vocabulary words with definitions on a piece of paper about that big. Okay?
You can read it?
And I could read it. So you just have to have a very sharp pencil.
So you would cheat?
What? Yes. All right. So I would not cheat at all. Okay. I would not have a little tiny crib sheet that I would slide underneath the chair, and then teacher walk away. I pull it back, okay? Because it's English, so it's hard. Now, what you guys have to understand is the reason I'm bringing that up is because we have this. Okay, this is a guide. If you're going through this review, okay, and it's already happened a couple of times today. I think it's number 8. Yep, it is. Students have already asked me a couple of times how to do number 8. Well, on this book, if I scroll through this book, number 7 is writing a linear equation given a point and a slope. Okay, and number 2 is the one where I gave you the fraction version of it. If you guys remember, if you did it right, I made you split the column in 2, and on the other side was what? The standard form. What I would actually do is get a different pencil or a pen, and on this document, I would put a fat little in the corner 8 and circle it. Because what it means is through the book, I'd be like, how am I going to answer number 8? You go through this book and you look and say, oh my God, there's 8 right there. Okay, does that make sense to you? Or something like that. Be smart, because here's what I want you guys to understand. Some people, like yesterday was brought up when I showed you the fraction thing on decimals. So you're like, well, that's cheating. No, what it is listen, when you guys are older, okay, my daughter had this conversation with her professor yesterday. She is at C. Chandler Gilbert Community College taking chemistry. They have been on virtual all year so far this semester. But bless you. But the school is requesting that they come in person to take the test. And so she's like, damn it. Because she's sitting there taking all of her chemistry tests, and what do you think is sitting to her right?
Her answer.
Her notes. Her notes are. Okay, she's using her notes. Now they're going to have to go in and take this test. And so basically the professor called out the entire class and said, so you're telling me you all have been cheating this entire time? And one student responded with the following phrase, which I do agree with him. When we're in the real world in chemistry, and you're a chemist, you have a book of equations and formulas that is given to you so that you understand how the formulas work. And then you look at the book to make sure you don't make a mistake. So why is it when I'm taking a test, I can't look at the book? Because in the real world, you look at the what? The book. So I'm providing you right now, because this is what I want you guys to understand. Will you experience these formulas later on in life? These ones in this book? Probably not. But what you guys need to do is figure out how to solve a what? A problem. Be smart. Is it cheating? No. For me, it's you guys figuring out a problem and a solution all in the same situation. The problem I'm getting tired of is the generations that are spanning through. They're not solving any problems. They're basically just screaming at the world saying, help me, help me. No. Help your damn self. You figure out what you have to do to succeed, please. Do that with this book. Do that with the review. Time together. So that way when you go take a test, will you have everything written down? It's possible. But guess what you did? You took the initiative to solve a problem and to get a good grade. Am I going to hold you back for that? No. It's different than me holding up my phone and using the app and going like this. Oh, I got it. That's not solving a problem. That is cheating. Okay? Because that's doing somebody else is doing the calculation for you or trying to figure out the answer. You guys figure out the answer by using what's given to you in a resource. Does that make sense to you? All right? Yes, sir.
What if we make a program that can solve it for us and we don't do all the math?
That's what it's called, PhotoMap.
I know, but what if we make a separate program from scratch?
Well, then that would be amazing, and that would be a problem that you would solve. So that's, would I have an issue with that? No. Okay? Because that would take in-depth thinking to do that. And that's the whole point. When they brought up this whole, the only thing I've learned, because I don't really follow the Common Core, but the only thing I've really learned from that is they want you to think deeper. Okay? When I got into the world of finance, you're given problems in a business. You're given problems. You have to find the solutions. If you don't find solutions, then guess what happens to your business? It fails. Okay, I've seen, my father had one in the early 20s, and when he was in his early 20s, it failed. Then he paid the price for it for 10 years, had to pay back taxes to the IRS. By the time he was in his mid-30s, he had finally, I think it was early 30s, no, mid-30s, because I was living with him when he paid off the final payment to the IRS. He started another business, and it's been going on for 25 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. What I want you guys to do is, hopefully the quiz corrections, you learned some. Hopefully you saw the simple mistakes. Use the book, use the review, tie it all together, and get a good grade. It's not like I'm trying to trick you guys into doing anything weird, right? It's not like I'm trying to show you one thing and then, which is why I always hated the AZ. I don't like the AZ Merit. Because I'm like, what's on the test? We had a gentleman that was here last year, my first year teaching. He's like, I'm like, what kind of questions? Well, I can give you the blueprint. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? He's like, well, it says this is the style of question. I'm like, no, that's not how the real world works. And him and I fought about that. Because I'm like, in the real world, you see an example and then you do what? You do it and then you can create off of that example. That's how everybody works. Nobody really makes anything from scratch anymore. They take an idea and they bend it or they change it. They make it better. Any questions? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, work on what you have, please. And then we'll go from there, all right? Quiz corrections, review, that's it. Monday, yes, Tristan.
What's the password,
For the what? Are you on the quiz?
please? Yeah.
It's cat dog, one word. Monday, when we come in for about 20 minutes, I'll ask you any questions related to this, and I'll walk you through any questions if you have any on 1 or 2. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start the test, so that way you have at least a half hour in class to start the test on Monday, and then we finish it on Tuesday. Any questions on that? All right, rock and roll. Hoochie coo. Rock and thanks, Jan. Look at that. Nice handwriting. All right, that's it for me. I have to debate on whether or not I can put that one on YouTube.